Action.
Action! Depending on how you count, there are about 7 fundamental questions in the domain of philosophy. And in no particular order, they are: what is truth? What is beauty? What is justice? What is mind? What is divinity? What is community? And how do we know what we know? Each of these questions has a name. What is truth? The name is metaphysics. What is beauty? Aesthetics. What is justice? Ethics. What is mind? Psychology. What is divinity? Spirituality. What is community? Political theory, political science. And how do we know what we know? Epistemology. Philosophers, since perhaps before Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, were wrestling with these 7 questions, and each of them engaged and maybe came up with something to say, some kind of judgment or claim. It's really the exercise to engage the questions that's more significant and profound than any answer that you might proffer. It's kind of like a gym. Engaging the question is going in and lifting weights and doing cardio, and it's a robust exercise that actually could possibly constitute self-improvement. Along comes a thinker in 1927 named Martin Heidegger, who publishes Being and Time. And he says that all philosophers prior have been asking the wrong questions, that perhaps it's warranted to ask these 7 questions and wrestle around with them and maybe even come out with a conclusion, but they are downstream from an upstream question, a threshold question that has to be engaged, which is: what is being? What does it mean to be? Heidegger will say that being is perhaps the most fundamental point of inquiry. Shakespeare writes a lot of plays. Each play can be reduced to one question. Julius Caesar, what is loyalty? Macbeth, what is ambition? Romeo and Juliet, what is love? Shakespeare's most celebrated play is Hamlet. What is it to be or not to be? Heidegger asks a question: why are there beings at all instead of non-beings? We're going to play with the 7 questions, and we're going to play with Heidegger's question, and we're going to examine different perspectives that have come out over time by different celebrated thinkers. My favorite is going to be exploring what my wife thinks. My beautiful, gifted, wise, feminine, and she's got really ripped muscles too. Kate, the great Kate Abate, sometimes goes as Kate Schwartz. She engages these questions. She has things to say. And that's my favorite celebration. I want to thank Kate. I want to thank our wonderful feline Desmond, who gazes at us and tells us that he knows the secrets of the Nile, but he'll never tell. And I would like to thank the late Mark Yowitz, the great Callum von Moger, and everyone in between. Gonna go now. Enjoy the boss.